to look after all heating devices, things like paraffin stoves, candles, imbawul or brazier, not to leave them unattended, so that we can be able to prevent fire incidents which might occur. From our side as the city, we will remain on high alert, monitoring all our informal settlements throughout the city.
Emergency officials are on standby should their assistance be needed. Ofentse Setimo, SABC News, Pretoria.
And to talk about this phenomenon of increase in shack fires and other issues, we're joined now by Robert Mulaudzi from the Johannesburg Emergency Services. Mr. Mulaudzi, a very good evening to you. Thanks for taking the time to speak to us. So before we get into the increase in the number of shack fires, let's speak about the search for Kailetu Magadla. He's been missing now for a while. You've been continuing with the search and rescue mission. How far are you, and are you still holding out hope?
Yes, good evening, Alsepi, and evening to the viewers out there. Yes, we, from Monday when we received a call that there was an incident where a 6-year-old boy slipped and fell into a manhole, we started with our search. Right now we are on day number 7. Since the incident occurred. So we are right now working along the pipeline from the area where the young boy fell on last Sunday. We are using technology to, just remove any uncertainty about, the young boy along that pipeline. So far we've already covered the area from the first main hole, which the incident occurred on Sunday. Right now, we've already covered, I would say, about 8 main holes, which we have covered already, and we using a robot, which is a floating device, which has got a underwater camera and also another camera on the surface, which gives us a 360 degrees view along the pipeline, which is a very useful information for us to be able to send our technicians using our external air supply along the pipeline, because you will understand, I'll say the pipeline itself is actually a storage system, which becomes complicated because now and then we'll have to ask our colleagues from Johannesburg Water to divert some water along the pipeline so that the area is conducive for us to be able to send technicians to walk along the pipeline.
Are you able to share with me just how many kilometers you've covered so far, and just give us a sense? And it's not necessarily about speculating, and I say this with the greatest of care, but just trying to understand the kind of conditions somebody who is still alive is dealing with. Are they able to breathe? It's a constricted area, no doubt.
Yes, it is a constricted area. From where the incident occurred on that main hole to the main plant, to the split chamber, where the sewer system ends, it's about 13 kilometers. So from where we are now, I will say we have already covered about 8 kilometers of the pipeline. So, but the pipeline is actually designed to carry on a storage system. Of course, it has got about, I will say, 13 main holes along that pipeline, which is flowing from Dlamini 1 up and to Olifants Flay Cemetery, where you find the split chamber. So the area, yes, since we know that the young boy who fell into the storage system is 6 years old, just to give you a picture about the pipeline itself, the pipeline is 1.2 meter wide, okay, and about 2 meter high. So you can actually walk along that pipeline without any problems. But now you look at a 6-year-old in that pipeline with the water flowing between 1.4 to 1.8 meters high. Automatically, that young boy is in danger, and also the availability of a methane gas along that pipeline is also a challenge. So hence, we due to the number of days of which the incident occurred, we're looking at about 7 days. We have actually, and also the risk which are associated with that along that pipeline. We advise the family that the chances of us recovering him while he's still alive is very much slim due to the conditions of the pipeline itself and also the hazards which are along the pipeline.
Right.
And
Robert, but
at, his age.
Yeah, but I'm sure, obviously, we always pray for miracles. Let's talk about the rising number in shack fires. As we've said, there have been a number of casualties reported in Johannesburg and Cape Town. Tell us just how dire the situation is in Johannesburg, how many shack fires have been reported thus far, and how many casualties?
Yeah, in Johannesburg already, from the beginning of winter, we've already had a number of fire incidents, about 84 fire incidents. Out of those, we already lost about 3 people, 2 young kids in Orange Farm, Drezik, which we lost last month when they were left in a shack. The mother left them with a lit candle, and while she was trying to get other candles, and then unfortunately, the 2 kids died, and then the older one, who's about 10 years old, managed to survive the incident unharmed, and then unfortunately the 2 lost their lives. And then we also had a very devastating fire incident a few weeks ago in Kwamai mine, where one person lost his life and then another one got injured, and we had about 500 people who were left displaced. So from our side, as a fire service, we are concerned about the number of fire incidents which we have, of which we know during winter time we have an increase. Hence, we already increased our public education efforts or community outreach programs to educate our communities about life and fire safety programs, how to use these things like paraffin stoves, candles, and braziers or imbaula, because we know that most of our residents in these areas, they're still using this kind of heating devices, which most of them make them vulnerable to fire incidents. So our communities out there will be seeing a lot of us going out, targeting most of our informal settlements like
Robert,
Alexander,
in that, what is in your prevention action information that you share with the community? Is it something that's written down, and does it also include emergency numbers? And do you have a group of volunteer firefighters within communities who can help you in such unfortunate incidents where there are shack fires?
Yes, in our communities, we've got what we call community emergency response teams, where we train most of the community members who are around the area who are not working. We give them skills in terms of basic firefighting and also basic first aid, so that they can be able to deal with some of the emergencies before we arrive. We also have programs which are designed for instance, school-going kids like high school, and also we've got a program which is designed for primary school, nursery school kids. It's got a program we call Learn Not to Burn, where we teach them about how to move out of the building. It's got programs like Crawl Low Under the Smoke, Stop, Drop, and Roll, the emergency number to call, and also the escape route. We show them, the ways of moving out of a building if there's fire. So we do have programs which is designed for everyone. And we also have centers throughout the city of Johannesburg, in all 7 regions of the city. We've got the centers which we call Be Safe centers, which we encourage our residents to visit, which is designed like a home setup. We've got a kitchen, a zozo or a shack inside that building, where we giving the people who are visiting us a picture of a house and how to deal with emergencies in that environment. So residents are encouraged to call a central reservation number if they want to visit one of the 7 Be Safe centers which we have throughout the city. They can call us on 011-758-5050. 011-758-5050 if they want to visit us. And also, if they want us to visit where they are, it can be a group of gogos or community members who are belonging to a non-governmental organization or just a community group in the specific area. We can be able to come where they are and train them, whether we are doing it under a tree or in a church or wherever they are. We are able to come to wherever they are and be able to train them in all these programs, disaster preparedness, so that they are able to deal with some of these emergencies before we arrive as the fire service.
All right, thank you so much. You do great work, Robert, and your team at Johannesburg Emergency Services. Robert Mulaudzi speaking to us there not only about the concerning number of shack fires, rising shack fires, but also the search for the 6-year-old boy who went down a manhole. He says it's been 7 days, but they persevere. All right, we're going to